PFT's Mike Florio, the world famous Mike Florio, has been reporting that Kevin O'Connell and the management of the Minnesota Vikings, they all have tension with each other. Um, and this is kind of a shocker because to me, Kevin O'Connell has been with the Vikings for a few years now, so he knows how the management operates. And what I'm saying with that is he should be observing in the time that he's been with Minnesota. He should be observing how Quasi and everybody else do business in in that franchise, in that organization. He should have realized a while ago that Quasi's the type of guy. I'm pretty sure it's Quasi, but because he's the one that makes all the big chess moves and all that with free agents and the rookies and all that. He's the one that's mainly in charge, right? Because it's mainly his franchise. The ownership just relies on him to make the big business moves and all that. But what I'm saying is, Quasi is the one responsible for always waiting till the last second to get a deal done. Everybody was always throwing up fit of Justin Jefferson, and I'm gonna just use Justin Jefferson as the clear example. I'm sure there's other players out there that have that everybody's wondered why the Vikings are taking forever to sign. But with this franchise, the fan base of Minnesota, it's real easy to get to them because it's real easy to get a reaction out of the Vikings fan base and organization. But Justin Jefferson contracts were on hold, and we all know what happened with Justin Jefferson. It was basically what's happening with Kevin O'Connell right now. Now, Kevin O'Connell has to do the right thing. He has to come out and he has to make an announcement, a public announcement, right next to Quasi. They both need to come out and be the bigger men, and they need to stop letting the media run with this narrative, because this is not a good look going into the off season. And letting guys like Mike Florio and Jake Glazer and all these other big name media outlets creating gossip unless there's truth behind it. That's why it's vital that Kevin O'Connell, right next to Quasi, come out and they address the situation like, hey, look, business is going to take care of business. My job is to take care of the players that are going to be on the roster next year. Me and Quasi have talked about the contract negotiations, and this is the place that I want to be in. And right here, I got Quasi next to my side, and everything is good. And then he needs to start calling out names without saying any names like Florio and Glazier. He needs to address the situation, because right now the narrative is what it is. It is that teams are getting lined up and ready to trade for Kevin O'Connell, almost like he's a player. Never heard of a. There has been one coach that got traded since I started watching football, and that was John Gruden from the Raiders to the Buccaneers. But in this situation, I can't see the Vikings letting Kevin O'Connell go, because with Kevin O'Connell, look what the record is with him as the head coach for the Vikings. It just doesn't make any sense to let a guy that finally gets it, that's offensive minded and young, fits the narrative, fits the schemes of today, fits the era of the NFL, and he's so young, so he could be the Vikings coach for who knows how long. Every year he's getting better. Draft picks haven't been there, but that's mainly in large part of Quasi Adolfo-Mensah, but because everything goes by him. But yeah, Kevin O'Connell and Quasi Adolfo-Mensah need to come out and they need to shut down the rumors of him being on the table for a trade. That's ridiculous in my eyes. If they trade away Kevin O'Connell, it was all for nothing. And what was all the success, all these double-digit wins in his record, his resume as a head coach? It would be a complete disaster in Minnesota, and I don't know how much more I can support this franchise if they trade away Kevin O'Connell. That would be probably the final straw of me being faithful to any team. I was faithful to the Los Angeles Lakers until everything just completely fell apart with the NBA. I don't even follow the NBA, the Lakers, none of that. So that was my roots. That's my connection to my roots. I'm originally from LA, and that was the way I was able to keep a connection to the city where I'm from, and now I'm out here in Ohio. So if I could cut that connection off to something that was bare and dear to my heart, like the Lakers connected to the city where I'm from, hey, Minnesota. Hey, if you guys trade away Kevin O'Connell, I'm gonna be so lost. I'm gonna be at a loss of words, and I'm gonna be just a fan of the sport. And I may not even be a fan of the sport with the way everything is just being played out. Referees missing all these bogus calls, face masks not being called. Like, it's almost to the point where, and if you look at it, every single wild card game this past season, or not this past season, but this past super wild card weekend, everything was just a blowout. It was not. It's not even. Can you name me one game you want to go back and watch any of those plays on? Like, I don't think so. There was nothing. There was nothing that you want to. That whole entire wild card weekend was just an absolute disaster for the NFL. So I'm at the point where I'm older, and the conspiracies and all that are more glaring. What more glaring is just, let the Minnesota Vikings trade away Kevin O'Connell, and they will find out that some fans, not all fans, but some fans that are older and wiser, will step away from supporting that franchise. So that's what I got for you guys right now. They need to come out and shut the